Bitch, I do this. Man, welcome back, dog. Welcome back. We on episode... Damn, I forgot. But we here, man. I'm your host with the most from coast to coast. Give me some goddamn toast. Daniel the Prophet. Here on what? Prophetic News. Let's get it. Now, we got to discuss Jamele Hill. Now, we talked about her last week, or I think 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Now, she issued an apology saying that she put ESPN in a bad position. What? Look, bitch, we was riding for you. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of reluctant because this bitch talked about the domestic violence case with Ray Rice, and Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you gonna ride on your brothers like that in public and shit? Yo, you gonna have some shit handed back to you. And sure enough, they handed back to her when she talked about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Now, this motherfucker, he don't apologize for nothing. I'm speaking about Trump. He don't apologize for shit. And he don't get fired, suspended, on leave, but none of that shit. You dig what I mean? But when she talked about him, ESPN said, you gotta go. You know what I'm talking about? So look, you gonna sit there and apologize so you can get your goddamn job back and shit like that, man. Look, I understand. No, I don't. I don't understand that shit. I overstand it. You dig what I mean? But yo, let a goddamn brother say some shit to you and you say some shit back to him. You ain't about to fucking apologize a goddamn thing. You'll make us apologize and shit, make us feel bad for the shit that we said, even though we taking up for ourselves. See what I'm saying? The motherfucking hypocrisy of this shit is crazy, man. So yo, I gotta denounce her, man. I gotta denounce her, man. Fuck this shit. Let's move on to the next story. Long nose ass sliding board nose bitch. Hazel E. Now, you know we talked about her last week. And now she issued an apology to the LGBT community. Now, she said all this bad shit about black women, called them bitches and monkeys and all this other shit. And then apologized for that. But apologized to the gay community. Because I believe Shoot Dazzle pulled endorsements away from her. So when it got something to do with money, she apologized to the group that she offended. But I guess black folks ain't making her no money, so she don't apologize to them. Which is a fucking lie, because she don't love and hip-hop. And there's a lot of gay black folks that watch Love and Hip-Hop. And a lot of straight black folks watch Love and Hip-Hop. So she didn't apologize to them, but apologize to the gay folks and shit. Because them the motherfuckers that running that goddamn realm she in Hollywood. You dig what I mean? So she gotta be on the hush-hush about that shit, just like the Jamele Hill. She gotta be on the hush-hush about fucking Trump. You dig what I mean? Because ESPN probably got some type of shit going on with Trump. So, man, fuck Hazel E, man. And fuck Jamele Hill. Suck a dick. Fuck you, bitch. Do it. New details about 4 American soldiers that was killed in Niger. Was it a setup? You tell me. Check it out.
Most at a drone base, but nearly 100 there to assist Niger's military in countering ISIS and al-Qaeda. And it is ISIS, the military believes, that killed those 4 Americans.
This morning, chilling new details about the ambush that left 4 American Special Operations soldiers dead in Niger. A senior intelligence official telling ABC News it started as a routine reconnaissance mission, a convoy of 6 to 8 vehicles, 3 American traveling to a local village. But after they completed that mission, a new order came through, a dramatic change in plans. The team now told to kill or capture one of the top ISIS targets in Niger. They never find the target. But on their way back to base, after being awake for nearly 24 hours, the group stopping in a remote village. A survivor of the ambush telling ABC News something is off. A village elder tries to stall them. And leaving the town, the attack. 50 terrorists are upon them, the team taking fire from rocket-propelled grenades and machine guns. One vehicle hit by a mortar and another disabled by gunfire. U.S. forces waiting more than an hour to call for help. Within minutes, a U.S. drone overhead, but it appears the troops waited about an hour before calling in French warplanes that arrived an hour later.
At about 2 hours after the initial contact was made, the initial French Mirages arrived overhead.
As night falls, 2 wounded U.S. troops are evacuated. So are the bodies of the 3 U.S. soldiers killed in action. But Sergeant LaDavid Johnson is still missing.
Why did it take time to find and recover Sergeant Johnson. Again, these are all fair questions that the investigation is designed to identify.
His body would not be recovered for another 48 hours, but that survivor telling ABC News Sergeant Johnson was, quote, grabbing every weapon available to him to fight and was, quote, a beast. His widow speaking on GMA to George yesterday, demanding answers.
I don't know how he got killed, where he got killed, or anything. I don't know that part. They never told me, and that's what I've been trying to find out since day one.
General Dunford says the Pentagon is working hard to get those answers for Mrs. Johnson and the other families. One major question: why would those special operations soldiers be sent on a new, dangerous mission without backup?
Was it a setup? Was it a setup? You talking to me? You talking to me? But since you talking to me, I'm gonna give you my opinion. Yeah, it was a setup. We in America, dog. Everything is set up, especially by the media. I mean, 9/11 was a setup. Aaron Russo said that back on the Alex Jones show. The NFL championship game, not championship, my fault, the NFL Super Bowl games is a setup. 2 years ago when Carolina was playing New England, that looked like a fucking setup. The NBA game's a fucking setup. You know what I'm saying? Golden State going against Cleveland Cavaliers 2 years in a row. That's a fucking setup. Everything's a fucking setup. Gee, the boxing fucking game is a fucking setup. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised by this bullshit, man. So, those motherfuckers that want to dig new information out and just now realizing that shit is set up and stuff, man, you know this shit ain't never been authentic, man. You know what I'm saying? Not in this capitalistic ass fucking world. Everything's planned out. Everything's a setup. Just don't set me up. All around the world's the same song. It's just the same old song. Same fucking song, man. Now, American hostages breaks the silence about being captive in Pakistan. Roll it.
Pakistani soldiers have rescued an American woman and her family held by militants with ties to the Taliban. David Martin reports now their ordeal began during a hiking trip in Afghanistan.
American Caitlin Coleman and her Canadian husband, Joshua Boyle, had 3 children during their 5 years in captivity, raising them under what White House Chief of Staff John Kelly described as nightmarish conditions.
They've been essentially living in a hole for 5 years. I mean, that's the kind of people we're dealing with over there.
In a proof-of-life video last December, Caitlin Coleman described her treatment at the hands of the Haqqani Network, who had kidnapped the couple while they were backpacking in Afghanistan.
We can only ask and pray that somebody will recognize the atrocities these men carry out against us as so-called retaliation in their ingratitude and hypocrisy. My children have seen their mother defiled.
They were freed after U.S. intelligence alerted the Pakistani government the family had been moved from Afghanistan into Pakistan. Boyle's parents got the news at their home outside Ottawa.
We were allowed to actually talk with Josh. So that's the first time in 5 years we got to hear his voice.
Boyle's father said his son told him they were being transported in the trunk of a car when Pakistani troops opened fire, killing their captors, an account U.S. officials could not confirm. The U.S. military had a plane standing by to fly the family home, but Joshua Boyle turned down the offer, a refusal perhaps explained by the fact that the brother of his first wife had been held as a prisoner in Guantanamo Bay for 10 years. Exactly how the family was freed remains unclear, but U.S. officials praised Pakistan for having acted so quickly on the intelligence tip. President Trump claimed it's a sign Pakistan is starting to respect the U.S. Anthony?
David Martin at the Pentagon. Thanks.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Man, y'all remember the ISIS a couple of years ago, man, when they was holding a reporter captive? I think it was like about 4 or 5 years ago. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on this. But it was a reporter down there. They was doing some work. And they had it on video. This ISIS member put a gun up to this dude's head and talking in some other language, you know, whatever language they were speaking, Arabic or some shit like that. And the dude on his knees was telling his family, telling his family and shit like that he loved him and all this other shit. Like that was his last time he was gonna see him through that camera. And supposedly after the camera got shut off, he got offed and got killed. And you know that was a fucking setup. Because who the fuck's that goddamn come with a big-ass machine gun next to their motherfucking head, knowing they about to fucking die? Now, I want a machine gun, I'm sorry. I think he had a fucking knife against his neck or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pull the video up. It's been so long, I forgot. But this kind of like the same shit. They didn't have no video on this shit, but it's kind of like the same stuff. They making up these stories saying they was there for 5 years, over 5 years. You know what I'm saying? She had children there and shit like that. And then mysteriously, these motherfuckers just came up out of nowhere and got found after all those years later. But you was captive. If them motherfuckers was really about it, they would have been off those motherfuckers. You dig what I mean? You got Americans going over there and shit like that, trying to be nosy and shit and grab a couple of stuff. They ain't about to let nobody go. Not with no 5 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be some type of repercussion off of this motherfucker. So that's propaganda right there to the T. You know what I'm saying? Well, nobody fucking captive for no fucking 5 years, man. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. So stuff like this, man, we gotta dismiss. That bullshit Trump talking about fake news, this is fucking fake news. You know, really, this don't deserve no fucking airtime. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my spin on it, put some commentary in and make it a little flavor and shit and make you laugh or whatever. But this shit right here, this fake news, man. What's real is these cops shooting us down in these motherfucking streets. That's real. You dig what I mean? But fuck that fake ass story. Daniel the Prophet, prophetic news. Hit me up on Facebook, man. Daniel the Prophet. Dig what I mean? Instagram, Daniel the Prophet D. And SoundCloud, Daniel the Prophet. And hit me up on my personal page on Facebook, Daniel Needon. That's Needon. Dig what I mean? Yo, man. Have a blessed day. I gotta be up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Peace.
Every real motherfucker that wanna get teached. If you wanna get reached, come listen to my fuck you speech. If you a nigga that don't change like bleach, if y'all on the streets really want peace, you gotta attend to my fuck you speech. Every real motherfucker that wanna get teached. If you wanna get reached, come listen to